In Mitch Albom's new memoir, Finding Chika, which comes over 20 years after his all-time best-selling Tuesdays with Morrie, he tells the story of another person who would forever change his heart. This time, a 5-year-old orphan from Haiti named Chika, who actually became a permanent part of his life. Mitch, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Finding Chika is unusual in that you actually imagined Chika in the room as you wrote it, using her voice to create the dialogue. Why that choice?
Well, I knew when I sat down to write this book that sometimes people are afraid of books in which a child dies. They don't want to read to the end. And I didn't want it to be a scary book because Chika wasn't scary. She was fun and joyous. And so right from the very first page, you know what happens to her. But I used to have all these conversations with her every morning because she would come downstairs and sit next to me in my office while I worked, and she would play. And so it starts off with her coming back to visit me after she's been gone already and saying, well, you're writing, why aren't you writing about me? Write a story about me. And as I go along and start to write it, she says, well, tell me what happened here and tell me what happened there. And she kind of coaxes me through to tell her story, which is both less frightening and also very much in the vein of who Chika was, which was talking, verbal. And so I thought that was a better way to do it.
Chika taught you so much, and you condensed these into 7 lessons in the memoir. Lesson 7 is what we carry is what defines us. I thought that was so interesting. Can you talk about that, please?
Yeah, towards the end of her life, Chika had this debilitating brain tumor. She couldn't walk anymore. She was still Chika, but she just couldn't walk. So I had to carry her from bedroom to bathroom to kitchen and back, and I was her bus. And one time we were sitting at the kitchen table and she was coloring, and I looked at my watch and I realized I had to go. I was late for work, so I popped up and I said, Chika, I got to go. And she said, no, Mr. Mitch, stay and color. I said, Chika, I can. This is my job. And she looked at me. She said, no, it isn't. Your job is carrying me. And you know, to her, that made perfect sense because that was my job. And I realized that she was probably right, that that was a far more important job than whatever job I was rushing off to, and that carrying our children is probably the most honorable and important job we ever will have, and a particularly sick and forgotten children and poor children like we have in our orphanage. And so I realized then that not only was that my job with her, but it was also my job for probably the rest of my life. To take care of the 52 children that we're raising in Haiti and make sure that they have a good childhood and are set on the right path to have a good life.
Chika, of course, was a real person to you. What are some of your favorite memories of her?
Well, yeah, there were many. You know, Chika, first of all, she loved to sing, but she liked to sing by herself. So she would sing, and then I would come and sing with her, and she put her hand over my mouth as soon as she would do that. There was she liked to take pills. You know, it's amazing how kids, you know, whatever you put in front of them, the challenge is that becomes the thing. And so she was sick. She had to take a lot of medicine. So she started to challenge how many pills she could take at a time. And she would say, watch, I can take more. Watch me, watch me, watch me. So I put some on some applesauce, and I put it in her mouth, and she'd swallow it. Like this, and I'd say, no way. And she'd go, no way, Jose, you know, which was some phrase that she learned, I don't know, between Haiti and here. So, you know, and one time she was singing, do a dear, email dear. And I would say, no, it's female. She'd say, what? I said, it's female, not email. She said, no, it's my mouth. I can say whatever I want, you know. So that was her personality. She was brash and brave and bold, and of course, she would need to be given what she had to challenge with.
And finally, what would you like readers to take away from Finding Chika?
I'd like people to be inspired by it, to learn some of the things that I learned from a child who had a short period of time on Earth, and to take away, I think, what I had my eyes open to, that it's never a wrong time to make a family. You know, we were in our late 50s when Chika came to us, and she didn't look like us or talk like us or come from us, but we could not have been any closer than if she was a spitting image of my wife and me. And, you know, all of the things that we thought were so important in our life and the way that we were living and in our house and everything, it all fell to the wayside. Our house became a kid's house all of a sudden after 30 years of just being the two of us. Our time became kids' time and watching cartoons time and taking her to the bathroom or to make breakfast with her, is teach her how to make eggs time. And you know, there's never a bad time to become a family, and there's no one way to do it. There's many ways, but as long as there's love, it doesn't matter who belongs to who. That's what pulls you together, and that's what we learned from Chika.
Mitch, thank you so much. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, Finding Chika shares it's never too late to open up your heart to love and to children and to love each other. And if you'd like to learn more about the book, you can visit the website right there on your screen. HarperCollins Publishers, a proud sponsor of Las Vegas Morning Live.